Didn't see you there. Welcome, all you quarantine cuties, to the kitchen. This is where I'll be making homemade chicken noodle soup today. So stay tuned if you want to see me fuck some shit up in the kitchen. First things first, wash those hands.
Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real!
Okay, I just moved here and this is all I know that I can find that I think I can make it in because it's big enough, but we'll see how it works. It's like a wok or something. Probably not for soup, but that's gonna change today, bitches. So I'm just going to take my whole chicken and boil it for like 2 hours until it's basically falling apart off the bone, and then we'll go from there. This is the part I really hate. Ew, my god, and it just fucking ripped open. Great. Okay, so sticking my hand inside of a chicken to make sure I got everything out. Not fun. Basically, touching the raw chicken in general is disgusting to me, but it's worth it for the soup, so we're gonna plop this baby out of here. This only cost me $4 at Aldi's, by the way. Say hi. Hey, give me all your money. Rah, give me all your money. I really fucking hate myself sometimes. Okay, so I have my chicken in this weird pan, and I filled the water up enough so that when it starts bubbling up, it's not going to go crazy out of the pan. I'm gonna turn this on high, and I'm gonna find something to cover it with. Now, I know the whole chicken isn't submerged in the water, but once it starts to get boiling and bubbling up, it's going to reach a little higher, and then I flip the chicken a few times throughout just to make sure it's all cooked through evenly. Yeah. Couldn't find a lid, so this will have to do. We're just basically making it so that all the steam doesn't escape and is kind of held in the pot. And it's bubbling because the pan was probably wet, that's why. All right, so now I'm gonna give the chicken a little flip over and a little smack on the booty for good luck. I'm also going to add some more water because why not? Little is evaporated since I don't have a full lid for the thing, but yeah, there we go. Oh my god, are you watching me? Stop. This is so embarrassing. Anyway, if you are watching, you need some celery and some carrots. You can use whole carrots, baby carrots, whatever the fuck kind of carrots you want. We're just gonna chop this shit up and it's gonna go in the soup. So for the celery, we're gonna use a few stalks, but I'm actually gonna cut the bottom off because I'm gonna plant this in the garden and hope that it grows. I saw somewhere you could do that. And this is my new life of doing shit like this. So there we go, that's gonna go in the garden. And we're just gonna chop these up. This is not the best looking celery I've ever got because I freaking ordered it on Instacart and didn't get to pick my own out, so this is, yeah. We are in quarantine too, and everybody is low on funds. If you see something like this with kind of a bad spot, just literally slice that bitch right out and it's pretty much good as new. Life hack. Okay, so now that we've got our veggies chopped, almost fell over. Okay. So now that we've got our veggies chopped, I've got this whole bowl full of veggies. It's about 5 good big stalks of celery and a whole bag of baby carrots, trimmed bite size. I left the celery a little kind of big because Kyle doesn't like it, so that way he can easily pick it out. So yeah, we're gonna set this aside and it's gonna be added in a little bit. Okay, had to put the hair up because things are getting intense, and also no one wants weird curly hair in their soup, so we're We're gonna take the chicken out. And if it falls apart while you're trying to take it out, that means it's perfectly finished. And here we go. Might have to strain this actually. I keep fucking everything. Okay, so I strained the chicken. It started falling apart on me, so I reserved the liquid that I boiled the chicken in, and that went for about like 2.5 hours, so it was falling apart. And now we're going to go back over here to the pot and put in this chicken broth. Before I use the other one, I'm gonna see how much liquid I got out of it. Okay, so here is the broth that I strained out of here. This is what I was boiling the chicken in. It was just water. We're gonna add it back to the pan. And if we need more liquid, I have another thing of broth, but we probably won't need it this time. And you want to, you want to boil your veggies in this while you are letting your chicken cool down and picking your chicken, because they take a while to get soft. And about now's the time when I would also add my spices. So you want to add quite a bit of garlic. And I'm going to add a little dried chopped onions. Pepper. And some salt. I like to get the reduced sodium broth because I like to add my own into it. I like to control the salt. So yeah, we just let that boil for about an hour, and then we'll add the chicken back into it, and then we'll start making the noodles. Okay, so next is the noodles. So you're gonna need 3 eggs and 2 to 2.5 cups of flour. So time to get our hands dirty. Crack that egg like a crackhead. That's pretty much what I'm doing because I'm getting shells everywhere. Okay, so got my eggs. Add my flour. I'm going to start with 2 cups. There, we need a little more. Kind of all just by feel. Well, I measure, but loosely. Okay. I'm gonna mix this up with our hands. Show you close. So I'm just mixing it up. We get our little egg dough going. And we're gonna roll it out on this cutting board that I wrapped in saran wrap for easy cleanup. Oh my god, I'm flicking noodles at myself. So yeah, mix this up until you get a ball of dough. Okay, so I have my noodle dough all, whatever you call it, like kneaded, or it's at its right consistency. It's in a ball. And then you wanna roll it out to be like 1/4 inch thick, and then we're gonna slice it with a pizza cutter and get them into noodle shapes. I do not have a rolling pin. I don't know where Joel keeps it or if he owns one, but honestly, every time I've made this soup, pretty much I've rolled it out with just a heavy glass. I wouldn't really recommend it because you could break it and hurt yourself, and I am not fucking liable for that shit. Jesus, don't blame me for it. Okay, so we are just gonna roll it out. You want to keep flour on your surface so that it doesn't stick. So the worst thing is cutting your noodles after you roll it out, and then you realize that they're all sticking to whatever you just rolled it out on. So this probably takes a little longer than with a rolling pin, but I don't care. That's my husband walking through my video. Thank you so much. It's actually his family's recipe. Sahr chicken soup. Of course, I modified mine a little bit, make my own noodles and all that, but yeah, that's where it came
my
from.
grandma used to make my great grandma.
Well, come here, babe. Tell the home viewing audience about the recipe.
I was just gonna say
Get in the camera.
I was just gonna say that my
Stand back here, you're too tall.
I was just gonna say that the noodles were made by my great grandma too back in the day when she made it.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know. I've never had hers, but that's what everyone says.
But he grew up eating this because his dad would make it,
My
and
grandpa.
his grandpa, and one day he asked me to make it, and we got the recipe from his dad, and now I love making it, and I make it all the time. And I always make it with biscuits. Eventually I'm gonna figure out how to make my own biscuits, but for right now we're using Audi. Whatever you have on hand is okay. Okay, so I've got the dough flattened out to the way I like it, and now I'm going to go ahead and cut this into noodles. I have this weird thing I found. I'm pretty sure it's a pizza cutter, but yeah. Try to get them as even as you can for, you know, the purpose of them all cooking through at the same time. However, you know, I like looking in my soup and seeing like all the weird shaped noodles, so just makes it more homemade. Okay, so now that I got the noodles done, this is what they should look like. And now I'm going to go ahead and pick the chicken while I let these sit for a second, and then we'll throw them in the pot at the same time as we put the biscuits in the oven. And yeah. Okay, so I just finished picking my chicken. We have the noodles still waiting right there. We're gonna plop this stuff into the soup, and I'm gonna make the biscuits, and by the time that's done, everything should be ready and coming together. I'm plopping the noodles in, and I did go ahead and add about half of the second box of chicken broth. So far we have the liquid from the chicken and about 1.5 boxes of extra chicken stock to go as the liquid. The noodles only need to cook for like 10 minutes-ish until they're done. So yeah. So I got the chicken and the noodles in the pot, and we're gonna let this go while the biscuits cook, and by the time the biscuits are done, everything should be done. So my life hack for opening biscuits is that instead of trying to pop that bitch with a spoon, no, we don't do that here, because that's just really scary, and honestly, I'm not about it. So I find that if you just bang the fuck out of it on the counter, it kind of stops you from the scary sound, because you're already banging something on the counter, so it's gonna pop at the same time and not scare you to death. See? So I put them on the pan. I like them to touch. And when these are done, the soup will be done, and we will be eating it.
Shut up.
Okay, and there you have it. I recommend serving it with the biscuits inside like this, but that's just me. Yeah. It's probably way too hot, but how is it, y'all?
Wow, I can't believe it ain't grandma's